All right, next question. Can my student write about a failure or a struggle without it backfiring? Now, not only can they do that, in many cases they should, but the execution has to be right, and most students get it wrong in one specific way. Here's the mistake. Writing an essay that's really about how great the student is, disguised as an essay about failure, the student struggles, overcomes, grows, emerges stronger. The failure is just a setup for the triumph, and admissions officers have read this essay 10,000 times literally, and they find it exhausting precisely because it's not actually vulnerable. It's just humility, you know, cosplay. It's disguised. And the essays about struggle that work are the ones where the student is genuinely honest about something hard and where the insight at the end is real and earned rather than tidy and uplifting. So, what does real look like? A student who failed at something and is still figuring out what it means, a student who made a mistake that cost someone something and who sits with the complexity of that rather than wrapping it in a bow tie, a student who struggled with something about themselves, their own thinking, their own assumptions, their own identity, and who came out of it not fixed, but changed. The test is, does this essay require the student to have been genuinely uncomfortable to write it? If writing it was easy, it's probably not honest enough. The essays that move people are the ones where the reader can feel that the student had to trust them with something real. Practical guardrails are avoid mental health as the central topic unless it's handled with genuine nuance and connects to something broader, not because it's off limits, but because it requires more sophisticated writing than most high schoolers are ready for. Second guardrail is avoid failures that reflect poorly on other people, like the bad coach, the unfair teacher, because it reads as blame shifting. So don't write about that. And avoid anything so dark that it raises concern rather than admiration. Failure essays can be done well, and when done well, they often are very memorable. They show self-awareness, intellectual honesty, and emotional maturity, qualities that admissions officers specifically value because they predict a student who will grow in college. So that's on that.